Hello everyone, this is Mir Patel here, Assistant Professor, Department of Pharmaceutical Technology, LJ Institute of Pharmacy. You are welcome to the MOOC series, an initiative taken by LJ Institute of Pharmacy. In our today's session, we will continue with the topic of WHO guideline under technology transfer, that is part 2. So let us start with that. So in this particular session, we'll continue the next point, that is about the quality control, analytical method transfer. So the transformation of this different kind of analytical technology should accommodate all the analytical testing required to demonstrate the compliance of the product to be transferred with the registration specification. In short, we have to take care about the control in the quality of pharmaceutical product with specific guideline. So in the next point, you can see that analytical methods used to test pharmaceutical product, starting material, packaging components, cleaning, or we can say that is residue samples, and if applicable, should be implemented at the testing laboratory before the testing of samples for process validation studies is performed by the RU. So the very simple point that we need to focus in this guideline, that is, it is the responsibility of receiving unit during this production of particular product. We have to be very careful regarding the quality control parameters with respect to the raw material, intermediate product, and our final product. So the process validation samples may be tested at the RU, the SU, or the third laboratory. So a protocol defining the steps should be prepared for the transfer of analytical methods. The analytical methods transfer protocol should include a description of objective, scope, and responsibilities of SU and the RU. So once again, keep in mind, in this point, it is clearly mentioned that SU and RU are having their own responsibility with respect to the checking of quality control parameters. So a specification of materials and methods, experimental design, acceptance criteria, how you are going to prepare a specific documentation with the help of which we can easily interpret all the observations, results, and reports can be formed. So procedure for handling of deviations, references, signed approval, and the details of samples with respect to starting, intermediate, or the finished product. In a short, we can say in this point, we have to follow different kind of guideline with respect to the different stage of our product. So far, in the short concept, in a brief, we can say the different kind of responsibilities are on the side of sending unit, which you can see onto the screen. So SU should provide a specific testing analytical method and other quality controls. Then the particular training to the staff personnel should be given. Results and its interpretation should be very identified, and that must be comply with the experimental design and the acceptance criteria. So based on that, they have to provide a technical concern regarding the validation reports for methods under the transfer and demonstrate their robustness. In short, the level of accuracy, the level of precision, and robustness should be maintained throughout this manufacturing criteria. That provides the details of equipment which is used, what kind of part is going to be used as a reference sample, provide approved procedures used in the testing, review and approve the transfer reports. So these are the major responsibilities regarding sending unit. Let us move forward to the next one, that is the responsibilities of RU. So when we talk about the receiving unit responsibilities, review the analytical method which one is provided by SU. That means the method which is provided by SU should be undergone through the total review process by the RU. Formally agree on the acceptance criteria before execution of the transfer protocol and ensures that necessary equipment for quality control is available, qualified personnel staff is available at the RU site so that they can perform different kind of tests, they can have a specific kind of observations, its results and its interpretation. Means sufficient and appropriate specification should be available at the RU site to ensure the requirements of the method or specifications which has to be there into the production plant. Ensures that adequately trained and experienced personnel are placed for this analytical testing. So that different kind of documentation as a part of regulatory guideline, reporting system, recording and collections of database and its simple status. Is it approved? Is it rejected or quarantined? In short, at the end of this all quality control checking, there must be a clear clarity with the labeling condition onto the material, and that is the ultimate responsibility of RU. So far we can say that execution of transfer protocol, that is the final word we can say, it should be governed by the RU. Preparation of validation reports and its implementation, appropriate training activities should be provided and that should be well documented. Next, in the case we can say premises and equipment. So in that case, SU should provide information to the RU regarding its layout, structure, inherent risk of the manufacturing process, health and safety to minimize the operator exposure, emergency planning considerations in case of gas or a dust release, some kind of fire incidents is there. So these all activities should be managed in a well condition. So SU should provide a list of equipment, makes and models that involves in the manufacturing, filling, packing and control of the product. Different kind of drawings, manual, maintenance log, calibration log, procedures, maintenance and calibration respective storage facilities. In short, this comes under the point which is to be maintained and followed during the transfer protocol. Now, when we talk about the documentation, as we have discussed earlier, the different stages, it should be in a well documented manner. So we can say that write what you do. That point should be considered in a formalized and a state way in the technology transfer summary report. So the scope of transfer, critical parameters obtained by SU and RU both should be included in this final documentation. So we can have this specific conclusion points at the end. You can see for a brief knowledge, you can identify the key task, the documents, which kind of document should be provided by SU, and the transfer document. That is for your reference only. You can see the different key tasks are mentioned at this particular point. So at the last, we can say the qualification and the validation point. So the extent of qualification or validation to be performed should be determined on the basis of risk management principle. Qualification and validation should be well documented. In that case, we can have the details of validation process, installation qualification with respect to the operational qualification standards, process qualification standards, that all should be followed with the specific requirement of our final product, and it is to be there. So with respect to that case, we can identify this WHO guideline at this point. So far the remaining portion is discussed regarding the qualifications, documentation, premises and equipment relations. Thanks for watching this video. I hope that this session is clear with you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Please share, subscribe and like our YouTube channel, that is Pharma Ignite. For more updates, press the bell icon. Thank you. Thank you very much.